Hey everyone, you may know the face on the screen right there, Bob Love. You know the name at least. He's a sponsor of our Pet of the Day segment. I really appreciate you doing that. But I also wanted to talk today about watercraft insurance, boats, jet skis. I never thought, but you do need insurance on these items, and it's really important, Bob, right?
It is, yeah. Most people think about insurance, and when they think about the metal, if I could say that, your comprehensive, your collision, those coverages to protect if there's damages, and those are important. But to me, liability is the key. If I'm sued, I want the insurance company to pay out on my behalf.
So, yeah, and when you get insurance, that's why someone like you are important and you can meet with people. You think of just maybe having your jet ski stolen or your boat stolen, but
hmm
you're talking about I'm out on the water, I collide with someone, there's injuries. That's a big deal.
Oh, absolutely. And it happens a lot. Unfortunately, you get holiday weekends and um, a few adult pops or whatever people like to do, and then they want to go drive their watercraft, which you shouldn't, but it happens. And when that does, you have anything from kids on wakeboards and jet skis to fishermen, and then we're tubing and we're skiing behind our boat, and it can be very dangerous. Not to mention the props, and these boats do 40, 50 miles an hour on the waterways. And so the liability piece to that and protecting yourself and covering your assets long term is very important.
Yeah, people, the average person, they don't think of that. I didn't think of that, so that's why I'm glad you
Mhm.
brought this up. So I mean, is it like a house when you buy a boat, buy something? Are you legally required to get insurance, or you're not? Are you? On a
That's a great question. So even on a home or even a vehicle, if you don't have a loan, you don't have to have necessarily what we would consider to be a hazard insurance or collision or comprehensive insurance.
Oh,
If I have a bank loan, the bank may require it,
yeah,
but if my house is paid off, I don't have to have house insurance. Now, would I recommend that? No, you should have house insurance, or at least in my opinion. But
yeah,
but that said, the major components of any of your coverages are going to be your hazard type, right? Your collision, your comp, your property damage, whatever that is. And then your liability on top of it. And then there's medical payments and other things in. But here's what I always tell my folks: if you're going to buy toys, run the expense of the insurance into the toy. So whether it be an ATV, a UTV, a personal watercraft, a boat, whatever that is, if you're willing to go spend the money on the toy, the protection of that, make sure you have that. Make sure you're insuring it correctly.
yeah. Makes total sense. Wow. Okay. So, and that's something also the same with like snowmobiles, winter
Mhm.
fun toys that you have.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
and one of the misconceptions, if it sits in my garage and my garage burns down, it's covered.
Yeah.
And many insurance companies don't do that.
Really.
The many of the toys that you have, and when I say toys again, I'm your home, your auto, and then everything else. But those need separate policies for themselves. Some
Wow.
companies will build them into their homeowner's policy. Some have standalone policies. But either way, those articles need their own coverage.
Wow. I didn't even know that. I assumed, hey, it's all
Mhm.
covered. That's where you get into trouble when something
Yeah,
happens, and then you're like, oh no.
yeah, oh yeah, and we see it all the time, unfortunately.
Wow. Okay. So
But
that's
really,
why
the
it's
key, yeah, I say the key is this: is whomever your agent is, sit down, have a dialogue, have a conversation. These are the things that I have, and be forthright. No different than going through retirement. This is everything that I have. This is where I'm at. This is what my goals are. The first question the agent really should be asking you is, what are you trying to do? What are you looking to do? Let's find the pitfalls. Let's find the loopholes, and then let's find solutions for them.
that's why you're a good guy to work with because you are going to ask someone, do you have a boat stored in your garage? Do you
Mhm.
have valuables? You're going to ask people probably when you meet with people. Those are questions I know. That's why it's important to have an agent. Like you ask those questions. Hey Dave, do you have a boat you're storing in your garage or something?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I've so many people get online and buy coverages for what they think they need, but you're not licensed, you're not certified. There's so many things that we can do online, but we're not necessarily trained on how to do it correctly or properly, and then that leaves pitfalls and, like I said, loopholes on or maybe not loophole, but a pothole rather of what it is that I need versus what it is that I have, and that all comes back on me because I went online and I bought it. But if I have an agent, somebody that's licensed and certified to have that conversation, they can help fill me in and kind of fill the gaps.
Yeah, because you've probably seen the people who've realized from maybe other online insurances or something they did themselves. They're like, oh shit, I didn't get what I was supposed to get because I didn't know.
We rate we welcome in a lot of new customers after a loss.
Wow.
And it's human nature. We want to talk to somebody that a professional in our field is. It's the same reason, Dave, why I go to a doctor for my annual checkup and I don't come to you and say, Dave, what's wrong with me? I mean, you would tell me a lot more than him probably. You're
Yeah.
like, in your brain, there's a lot wrong with it. No, I'm teasing. But no, the truth is though that you go to the expert, right?
Yeah. And that's you. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I wanted to touch base. I love the dog pictures, the pets. What's the best way to contact you? Because you're in Vassar and Genesee County, but you actually cover all over and you actually cover several states you do, right?
Yeah. So, and thanks for saying that. We have an office in Flushing and then one in Vassar. We do handle the entire state of Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Ohio.
Okay. And one number, well, there's several numbers, or they all go to the same place they can get a hold of you?
Absolutely. If you can find us on Google or Facebook. I mean, you can find us anywhere, Yelp and Twitter. But the any of the numbers you find, they all dial into the same phone, so it doesn't really matter. There's 8 or 10 different phone numbers. They're all going to come in the same. And the easiest one is the 407-8078. That'll get you about anywhere.
Gotcha. And I post a link every day on my page. I tag you so they can message you on Facebook too, right?
Yes, sir.